referred to as a Wild West Shootout. Yes, folks, today the BC Junior Football Championship team, the Okanagan Sun, will be hosting the Saskatchewan champions, the Saskatoon Hilltops. And we at Shaw Cable 11 in Kelowna are proud to be able to bring you today's game. Dan, how do you see it today?
Well, Al, we've been working together now. This will be our 4th game that we've worked together for the Okanagan Sun. Every game we've seen has just been a fantastic display of football talent, both offensively and defensively. We've heard all the comments over the past weeks about how good the Saskatoon Hilltops are, knocking off a couple of the top teams. I'm going with the Okanagan Sun today. They've proven to me that they're both talented on the offense and defense, and I think they're going to come out on top.
Well, of course, we have seen a lot of good things this year from the Okanagan Sun. And you know, at every football game, of course, we see our favorites on the field. And we see our favorite numbers out there, our favorite players. But unfortunately, we never get a look at these young fellas without those helmets and pads. That's all we get to see. So we thought what we would do today is, for the viewers at home, we'd run the players by and let them introduce themselves. So here they are now to introduce themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, the British Columbia Junior Football Champions from Kelowna, the Okanagan Sun.
Glenn Nagy, 19, 5'10", 175, running back from Kelowna.
Ken Perry, 22 years old, from Kelowna, 6'2", 220.
Darren Jones, age 22, from Kelowna, BC. Play defensive back. That's it.
Dave Paquette, age 20, height 5'10", weight 180, from Kamloops Senior Secondary.
Peter White, age 19, 5'10", 195, linebacker.
Greg Shane, 22, 6 foot, 210, Kamloops.
Ed Kermanick, 5'10", 185, running back, Lethbridge.
Corey Grotto, 22, 5'9", 185, running back.
Jimmy Bennett, 19, 6'3", 230, defensive end from Kamloops.
My name is Mike Marasco. I'm 5'11", 200 pounds from Kamloops, British Columbia. I play fullback for the Okanagan Sun.
Corey Lang, 22, 6 feet, 180, wide receiver, Kelowna.
Tim Carwell, 19, born January 2nd, 1969. What else am I supposed to say? Cliff Ward, 20, 5'8", 165, corner from Kamloops.
Jerry Dirksen, 20, 170, 5'10", wide receiver from Kelowna.
Arnie Schmidt, 18, 5'11", 185, quarterback, Sherwood Park, Alberta.
Rene Poirier, 6'2", 230 pounds, play defensive end from Kelowna, BC.
Sarah Feldham, 18 years old, 5'10", 170 pounds, and I play defensive back, and I'm from Vancouver, BC.
My name is Rob Isaac, age 19, 5'8", 175 pounds, linebacker from Sherwood Park, Alberta.
Trevor Valentine, age 20, 5'10", 160, outside corner, and I'm with Kelowna, BC.
Hi, I'm Spencer McLaren, 5'10", 200 pounds. I'm a defensive back from Kamloops, BC.
Calvin Asdoli, 5'10", 200 pounds, play linebacker, play high school ball in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and now I live in Kelowna.
Hi, my name is Darren Parks, age 20, 5'8", 240. I'm from Kamloops, BC.
Hi, I'm Rick Holmes. I'm 6 feet, 195, from Edmonton, Alberta, on the play scope.
Pat Hardy, 19, 5'10", 170 pounds, from Wetaskiwin, Alberta, and I play halfback.
My name's Mark Maiden, I'm 20 years old, 6 foot, 255 pounds, from Medicine, Alberta. Tim Carwell, 19, 5'8", 165, wide receiver from Sherwood Park, Alberta.
Maiden Rainbow, 18, 6 foot, 165, quarterback from Kelowna.
Bryce Finley, 19, 6'2", 280, from Kamloops.
Doug Billings, I'm from Winfield, BC, 6'1", 265 pounds.
Paul St. Pierre, defensive back, 5'6", 192 pounds from Sherwood Park, Alberta.
All right, my name is Jeff Hodson, age 19, 180 pounds, 5'10", from Wetaskiwin, Alberta.
Scott McFarland, 18, 6 foot, 195 pounds, slot back from Edmonton, Alberta.
Tom Wixon, slot back, age 22, 6'2", 200 pounds, from Kelowna.
Frank Collins, I'm from Bonnyville, Alberta, 6'2", 275 pounds, offensive tackle.
Hi, I'm Jeff Ketter, offensive center. I'm position number 50. I'm 6 feet tall, 255 pounds.
Shane Bresden, 6'3", 195, quarterback, Medicine Hat.
Kevin Azuli, age 19, 5'10 and a half, 185 pounds.
Dave Pitcher, 6'2", 210, cornerback, Armstrong, BC.
David Matten, I play tackle, offensively. About 6'3" and 310 in construction. All right.
Great, Dave.
Todd Graham, guard, 19 years old, 5'10", 235, Kamloops.
Greg Fordham, 5'10", 230, from Kelowna, and I'm 21.
James Porteous, receivers coach. I'm from Montreal, Quebec.
Darren Prowse, defensive backfield, 3rd year, Kelowna, BC.
Hi, my name's Les Wise. My main responsibility is running backs and specialty teams.
Dave Nagy, linebacker coach, 2nd year, Kelowna, BC.
Darren Bresden, quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, 1st year.
Hi, I'm Rod Muirhead from the Okanagan Sun. I play wide receiver, number 10. Weigh 5'9". My height is 5'9", and I weigh 170. What else do you want?
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Kelowna, BC, native.
Okay, my name's Heather Obatsick, and I'm the trainer for the Okanagan Sun, and I'm from Vernon.
Anytime.
Jerry Christensen, head trainer from Kelowna, BC.
I'm Lawrence Nagy, head coach from Kelowna right here in sunny Okanagan.
The body's not doing too good right now. We'll have to see how it holds out. Just rest it after the season. We'll see what happens next year.
I plan to go back to university, finish off my degree, and hopefully continue on playing football, either university or professional someday.
Hope to attend university, get a degree in commerce, and hopefully continue playing football.
Well, hopefully I'll be going to go back to school, continue my college education, hopefully in Alberta, but I can get a scholarship everywhere, man. Well, first I'm going to go out in the real world and do some hard work, and if a chance the pros come along, then I'll take it.
Hopefully university. I'd like to go there first and see what happens. Hopefully continue a football career after I get a degree or finish school.
Future plans, hopefully to attend junior college down the States next year. Everything goes all right.
I'd like to further my education at university and play some football. I'd like to go back to school, see what I can do there, and if I get a chance to play pro ball, I will.
Just stick around here. I don't want to move out of the Okanagan, at least for a couple, 2 or 3 years. To be realistic, to crack the professional coaching ranks, it's going to take a little more than just doing well here or just winning one BC championship. I have aspirations. If things work out in the future, I'd like to be coaching full time and then instead of voluntary coaching, but. We'll have to see how it goes and take one step at a time, and the first step now is to beat Saskatoon Hilltops.
5 minutes to game time. Oh, 15 they're showing on the clock.
Well, they're showing 15. It's 2 o'clock now.
No, they're showing the time for the first quarter. I think we're ready to start, so we've only got a couple of minutes.
I think we're on.
No.
Well, that's all the officials for today, Dan.
That's it. One from Kelowna.
We'll run over those again a little later on.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the Sun lineup. There's a good shot of the Sun Dog.
And we had an interview with him before the game, and he howled for us.
Indeed he did.
That was beautiful.
That man played under quite a bit of strain and stress last weekend.
He sure did.
Bronchitis. His older brother was killed in a car accident.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the way he played after that. Good shot with our on-field camera.
It is.
Handheld. Fantastic.
There's Big Tom. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's the lineups. Especially the Okanagan Sun. Boy, are they pumped up for this game or what? You can just see Nick Rainbow hobbling out there on his crutches. Unfortunately, he won't be in the game today. He broke his foot in last week's game, Dan.
Right, we knew he was injured, and we were hoping it wasn't too serious. That's a real blow to the Sun. But I'm sure that they've got capable hands to fill his shoes.
Well, this one's touted as the Wild West Shootout. And, of course, what they're fighting for, you saw earlier on when we did our introductions, the Gillespie Trophy. And it's just been refinished, and it's just a magnificent work of art. Goes right back to 1919, Dan. We'll stand for the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
One of the Sun dancers, Dalen Norgard, singing the national anthem for us.
That young lady does an excellent job for us down there, Dan.
Oh, it's great to have a local. Everybody appreciates it, that's for sure.
Well, it looks like the place is filling up pretty rapidly here, Dan. We're going to have a good crowd today.
I think it's going to be a sellout. There's maybe room for a couple of hundred more people in here, I think, Al, and she's going to be full.
Well, of course, everyone's looking forward to a real barnstormer here. As it is, the Saskatoon Hilltops have arrived here with a 5-3 record. And how they got here, of course, was they downed the Regina by 36-32, and that was a big upset over there in Saskatchewan then.
Well, it sure was, and especially with Regina being rated as the #1 junior football team in Canada, and they aren't here.
That's right, and we were kind of looking forward to seeing Regina come over here this year. A bit of a grudge match and a replay of last year, or hopefully not a replay, but a bit of a grudge match at any rate. However, Saskatoon Hilltops came up big, and they dispelled any notions of that. Then they went down to Manitoba, and of course we saw them last weekend, and they beat Manitoba by a score of 60-21, so a pretty convincing record there. And one of the things, of course, that Coach Nagy has said that they are going to watch today is the running game of Saskatchewan. You know, they have a man like running back Morley Shanner, and you know, he's compiled some 500 yards just in the last 3 playoff games for Saskatoon, Dan. That's a pretty impressive record.
Yeah, it sure is. And one thing that we got to watch for here with the Sun playing the Hilltops is that they're kind of an unknown team to the Okanagan Sun. They've only had a few days. I think it was last week when they first got a chance to view tapes of the Saskatoon Hilltops. So they haven't played this team. They know they've come up big and had some upsets, and they're going to be in tough.
Well, that's right, Dan, and you know, they say that the Hilltops have 2 different defenses. One they use against the rest of the league, and one that they use against Regina. So Coach Nagy was trying to get prepared. He's not sure which one they're going to go with or what they're going to throw at him here.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to start fairly cautiously today, just playing a good, solid line game there until they just determine, feel each other out, see who's going to do what offense they're going with, what defense, and so on. I think by about 5 or 10 minutes into the first quarter, that's when we're going to start to see the game really take shape.
Well, I would imagine they will try and feel each other out for that first quarter and kind of formulate a game plan from there, but you know, traditionally, the Prairie's teams have been known as a real tough league. And it hasn't been all that often that a British Columbia team has taken the Prairies. But we are looking for it today, and I'm sure everyone here in the stands, all the fans, are looking for the Okanagan Sun to go all the way.
Oh, for sure. We're all up for this game, including the Sun. They're going to be receiving the opening kickoff from the Saskatoon Hilltops. They won the coin toss. One of our local citizens was out there tossing the coin, and we're going to be receiving.
And all the way means going east on November the 12th. And I believe we just heard that Ontario had taken the Eastern Final over Montreal, so it will be held in Ontario. Here's the kickoff. It's up and a good kick.
Good kick with the wind. We've got a bit of wind here today, and it might be a determining factor.
Well, there he is, Spencer McLennan. We saw him last week. He took it all the way, and an excellent run back there.
He sure doesn't waste any time getting this football game underway. He took that one at about the 5-yard line, and he's all the way up to midfield.
Well, we saw what Spencer McLennan can do, of course, last week. He was the most valuable player defensively. And we saw him on those run backs. He was devastating. A couple of touchdowns to his credit last week.
Yeah, and he got the team going, you know. He got the first touchdown of the game. And when your defense is putting points on the board, it can sure fire you up.
Shane Bresden in there as quarterback. Lines are down. He starts his count. Here he is. It's a draw play up the middle.
That was a good call, and Nagy almost had some room there. He just got tripped up. I'm not sure he might have even tripped on one of his own players, Al. He had a big hole. As it stands, he only got about 3 yards on the play.
Well, this Saskatoon team is known for its strong defense, so we'll have to see if they can shut the running game down of the Okanagan Sun. But don't forget, the Okanagan Sun is an explosive team, and they can come to life at any time, and they'll hurt you on the deep passes.
Oh, for sure they will. And Shane Bresden, of course, I think he's one of the coolest quarterbacks in the league, and he's going to be reading this defense, and we'll see him mixing it up real good. If he can't find a hole through the middle or up the side there with his running backs, we know that he's going to go to the pass.
Oh, absolutely, and that young man you just saw, Glenn Nagy, number 34, is a double threat for them in there. He can go to that option play where rather than run with it, he can pass. He's got a good arm on him.
Yeah, for sure, and I think there's no doubt about it that we will see that play at least once during the game and maybe twice.
As we say, we don't expect to see too many big plays here in the first quarter. we would assume that they would play it a little bit conservative, but with these two teams, especially the Sun, you never know. There we are, Bresnan back. He's passing over on the left-hand side in there to Tom Wixon.
Yeah, Wixon's just shy of the first down. He did a good job on the sidelines there. It was a 2nd and 7 situation. And it looks like he is going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. So they'll be calling in the punting unit.
Indeed they are, Dan. The punting unit is going in now. So there was the first drive of the Okanagan Sun. An excellent run back, of course, by Spencer McLennan. The 2 consecutive plays, one by Nagy. A draw play up the middle went nowhere, and a pass out on the left-hand side. Of course, on that last play to Tom Wixon. Unfortunately, they were stopped about 2 yards short.
Yeah, and I'll just mention again here to the folks that'll be viewing this at home, not only at home, but in Saskatoon. We hope. Hello to all you football fans out in Saskatoon. And we're going to treat you today with some sideline shots with our on-field camera.
Well, Rick Holmes hit that from the 45, and it's taken down here about the 25-yard line. Maybe got back up to about the 30-yard line. It was kind of a cross-field kick there. He didn't get off an exceptionally good one. We have seen Rick do an awful lot better than that, Dan.
Yeah, well, he's got a fairly strong wind, and he got that up a bit high, Al, punting into the wind. He knows he's done it in the past. He's got to keep them ones low when he's punting into the wind.
So the Saskatoon defense comes up tough. They're going to have an opportunity now to see what they can do with the ball.
All right, they're starting at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10 with a couple of minutes gone in the first quarter.
And immediately across the field, and he turns it upfield. Possibly 8-9 yards on that one, Dan.
That was a good run, a nice little swing pass by the quarterback, number 22, Shane Ryder. He's their number 1 quarterback, and I'm sure we'll be seeing him most of the game, if not all. They give him 8 yards on the play, Al, so that was a real good game to start this off, a good game.
Lines are down, he's over the ball. There's a draw play up the middle, and look out. Oh, 4 Sun players to take this man down.
Oh, and there he made a real good gain on the play as well. We know, I don't think there's any surprise here, Al. We know that Saskatoon's a running team.
Oh, absolutely, and of course, there's the man who compiled that some 500 yards in the last 3 playoff games. That was Morley Shanner, number 32 for Saskatoon. Keep your eye on him, folks.
Yeah, that was a 10-yard running play there up through the middle. So the Sun have got to come up big on their front line.
Oh, and a fumble right at line of scrimmage. A broken play here. It was recovered, however.
Yeah, the quarterback recovered it, hung on, and got himself about 7 yards on the play. So heads up.
Shane Reeder on a bad snap from center there. The ball was fumbled. Shane managed to get it back, and he turned it into a gain, but it was a broken play.
2nd and 5 showing on the clock, so he did come up with 5 yards on that play.
Lines are down, they're over the ball. It's a draw play up the middle again. We'll have to see where they place that football, but I think they were stopped this time, Dan.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be a good 1.5 yards short. That was a good play. Reading that call, we saw the fake. One of the running backs coming up the near side, but the Okanagan Sun didn't fall for that.
Well, Maury Norston tried that draw play right up the center, and he got pretty well nowhere on it. That brings on a 3rd and 3, so Saskatoon Hilltops will be kicking away.
Yeah, we got to watch
have
this.
The wind at their back, Dan.
It's a good thing you mentioned that. We got to watch this because this can fool these guys down there receiving, Al. They see the ball come off his foot.
Bit of a high snap there, but oh, an excellent kick.
Okay, they played this one right on.
Spencer McLennan takes that, and he's turning it upfield. And no running room this time as the Hilltops are down there fairly quickly to shut him down.
Yeah, he had a couple of blockers on the near side. He was trying to get in behind them, but one of the Saskatoon Hilltops came in across field and hit Spencer just as he was cutting into the hole.
Well, of course, we're expecting big things out of Spencer McLennan today after the excellent game that he had last week. As we said, they may play it just a little conservative. Things be a little tight going here in the first quarter, Dan.
Oh, I think that's what they're doing. They're going to make sure they got their arms wrapped on that ball pretty tight, and that tightens you up.
Oh, a bad snap at center, and Bresnan just recovered that football.
And the referee got tackled there by one of the Saskatoon players as he was coming through. Lost his hat on the play.
Well, that was the referee, Dan.
The referee, yep.
Well, Bresnan, I believe, lost about 2 yards on that, so we're going to be seeing a 2nd and 12 situation. Bresnan was actually lucky to get that ball back. It was a bad snap at center.
And we don't see that too often. Number 50 of the Okanagan Sun usually does a good job of snapping that ball.
Here we go. Bresnan starts his count. There's the snap. He's back to pass. Looking. Over the center there, a little screen. That's to Glenn Nagy.
Nagy had a lot of yards to make up there, and he
Indeed,
did get back to the original line of scrimmage and got about 4 yards on the play.
We'll see what they award him 5 there, Dan, so it brings on a 3rd and 5.
Yeah,
well, actually, he got more than 5. He got 7 yards.
We'll be punting again.
Punting unit back on the field, so things are pretty tough going down there early in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, the Sun has lost a little bit of ground here now. Saskatoon Hilltops, barring a turnover, is going to end up in good field position.
Well, of course, the Hilltops got off an excellent kick with the wind there, Dan, and that kind of pushed the Sun back, so we'll see what Holmes can do here. He's hitting this from about his own 15 to 20 yard line. Not that good at kick, taken immediately, and he, oh my goodness. He's down on the spot there, nowhere to go.
No, that's kind of into their favor. The Hilltops were expecting a little longer punt, and the return specialist had
well, Mark Lear had to run up for that one, and he just, his feet went out from under him as soon as he grabbed it, and that was it. It was all over with. He was going no further.
No score on the board yet. 9:38 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching championship football on Shaw Cable 11.
Shane Reeder calling the signals down here. He's looking deep, looking into the end zone, and he just overthrew his receiver down there, Darren Hockman. He was about a good 5 yards over him, Dan. No chance for Hockman to bring that in whatsoever.
Hockman had a stride on his defensive man, too. That was a good play. He ran a good pattern, but I think the wind did play a part in that, Al, just carrying the ball a little deep.
That wind has come up a little bit, Dan. It's a little stronger than we had anticipated. I didn't feel it too much earlier on, but I noticed it is up a bit now.
It's up now.
It's definitely affecting the ball.
Yeah, they're going to have to adjust to that, and I'm sure they will.
Here's Reeder. He's back to pass again, looking over the middle, out on the far sideline. Excellent play there. Ken Reed took that ball, and he was immediately hit and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Paul St. Pierre, number 13, did a good job of timing that one, and he cranked a good one on him. So he only gained about 2 yards on that, Al. 3rd and 7. They
3rd and 7 on this one, so kicking team out there. Saskatoon will hit this one from approximately the 50-yard line.
Now, we might mention, too, that that's the quarterback, Reeder, that does the punting duties, so we've got to always be aware of that pass threat, too. The fake and the punting
takes that one. He's coming back cross field. Oh, my goodness, what a dog pile down there, Dan. I'm glad I'm not underneath there.
Saskatoon's doing a good job right now of getting downfield.
They were down there very quickly. They're allowing very little run back, if any at all. Of course, we saw Spencer McLennan on the opening kick, and just an excellent run back there. Well, the Sun taking over deep in their own territory here.
I think it's been confirmed so far that they're playing kind of cautiously. Nobody's going for the real big play. They're just trying to establish some sort of pattern to get going here.
It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line of the Okanagan Sun. Bresnan passing out here on the left-hand side.
That ball was
left-hand side of your screen, that is, but that ball was tipped and it went incomplete, Dan.
Number 23 of the Hilltops, Mike Lukian, got his hand on that, and just out of the arms of the receiver.
Yeah, Jerry Dirksen didn't have any opportunity really to pull it in there. From about the 22-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 10. Shane Bresnan in there calling the plays. The Okanagan Sun, here's Bresnan, back to pass, looking over. Rod Muirhead, unable to hang on to that football.
Nice pattern run by Muirhead, but...
Indeed it was. It was right in and out of his arms. He hit him right in the numbers with it, Dan.
Yeah, he jumped up on that one, and it just got away from him. A good call by Bresnan, but unfortunately...
Well, they needed that. They have to move those yardsticks. They'll be kicking from deep in their own end zone this time, Dan.
And they keep getting further down here. This isn't a good sign, of course. We don't see the Sun in this situation very often where they keep losing ground.
There you have it on your screen. Battle of the Wild West, the Western Final Championships. The Okanagan Sun against the Saskatoon Hilltops. And no score here yet in the first quarter.
Paul Holmes will be contacting the ball at about the 7-yard line. Not a very good kick at all.
Poor kick. It takes a good bounce.
He's lucky to get that bounce on it.
Mark Lear takes that ball.
Now we've got a flag on the field.
Well, we'll have to see what they call, Dan. I don't know if we'll have
no
no yards.
One of the Sun players got in there. He backed out, but I don't think he got back out that 5-yard area before the Hilltops picked up the ball.
Spirits are running extremely high down there today. You can just bet that both these teams, these young teams, are cranked up for this one. That flag was thrown in error, Dan.
It was.
So no penalty. So the Saskatoon Hilltops will scrimmage at 1st and 10. And they'll be doing that from about the Okanagan Sun 40-yard line. So excellent field position here.
It sure is. Now we'll...
Reader calling those signals. Draw play. No, sir. He's a little fake and a handoff there.
It's a good fake and a handoff.
Indeed it was.
It's actually a pitch out, a fake handoff and a pitch out.
And a pitch out to Mark Olson there, and he tried the right-hand side.
A Sun defense.
He might have fooled us, but he didn't fool them, Dan.
That's right. So good defensive effort there. In fact, they show a yard loss on the play, so we're 2nd and 11.
Saskatoon, 2nd and 11 from about the 41-yard line of the Okanagan Sun. Reader cross this left-hand side, a little pass.
Quick screen in there to Mark Olson.
Again, that was Mark Olson, and he has nowhere to go.
Oh, he's hit again. He might have got a half a yard on the play. That's about it.
Well, the Okanagan Sun came up big on this play, Dan. Stopped Saskatoon right where they are, and they had to do that.
Well, this is a good sign, in my opinion, Al. The Sun offense isn't doing too well, but vice versa, they're really cutting down the running game of the Saskatoon Hilltops. They're really not getting anywhere with it, and I think that's the one thing they wanted to key on.
Oh, indeed they did. Coach Nagy did want to shut down that running game, and it's been effective so far, but they're trying a field goal here.
Well, he's got the wind behind him.
Darryl Bislak, and it's good. So Saskatoon goes on the scoreboard first with 3 points.
All right, that was a 40-yard field goal, almost, about 36 yards, so they did a good job there of putting some points on the board at the end of that play. First on the board. This is unusual again for the Okanagan Sun. We usually see them on the board first, but of course we know that they can come back and play a strong game. At 5:58 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Saskatoon Hilltops 3, the Okanagan Sun no score.
Yeah, you're coming real good.
Well, the Okanagan Sun, of course, back out to the 35-yard line. They'll scrimmage the ball there, 1st and 10. Bresden's still in there as quarterback. There's a handoff up this right-hand side, and very little room there. Looked like he was going to break it open, Dan, but
it did, yeah.
Nagy
got
couldn't
caught there. About 3 guys stood him up. They didn't put him down, but they stopped his forward motion, and that's where the ball's marked.
Well, he gained about 2 yards on that, so we'll be seeing about 2nd down and 8 yards to go. They give him 3, 2nd and 7. There's a shot of Nick Rainbow down there on the side, wishing he could be in the game, of course. Broke his foot in last week's game. Bresden back, looking over on this near side. Oh, just an excellent catch there. Rod Muirhead, no mistake this time as he pulls it in.
Oh, that was beautiful play. Bresden had all kinds of time, and Muirhead ran a good sideline pattern there. Took the ball right in the midsection and went out of bounds with it. That's the first down conversion by the Okanagan Sun. First down conversion, and that's an indication that they're settling in now. Bresden's starting to get his offense in gear.
Lines are down. Bresden starts his count. It's a handoff to Nagy, and he tries to turn it upfield and going absolutely nowhere.
No, he had nobody with him that time, Al.
I believe Nagy might have lost a yard or 2 on that, Dan, so we'll see 2nd and 12.
Hard to say if that was a broken play or not. Nagy normally turns it upfield right away as opposed to heading out wide, and he had no blockers with him on that.
Well, I think he was going to try for a sweep there, Dan, and everything just kind of closed in on him. They'll scrimmage it 2nd and 12 from about the 50-yard line of the Okanagan Sun. Bresden still out there. Back, he's looking to pass, looking over on this side. Oh, and
almost.
I believe they're calling that no catch, Dan. I think he trapped the ball.
Catch. No, he got one hand on it, Corey Lang. I don't think that was his his initial receiver, Al. He was signaling on the sidelines down here to Muirhead and somebody else, and they were covered, so he decided to go to Lang.
His two receivers on this side, yes, indeed, were covered, and there was an awful lot of action on that line, Dan, and I'm amazed we didn't see a call for holding in there, but we do have a Sun player down on the field.
That's Nagy. He's limping. You see a couple of the Saskatoon Hilltop players, and they got one of the biggest front lines in the country, I understand, Al.
That's right. They average 250 pounds, Dan.
That's a lot of meat coming at you, you know, when you're a quarterback. You like to get back and get out of the way.
Like who opened the gate?
Yeah.
Brings on 3rd and 12. Holmes will hit this one from about his own 35-yard line.
Okay, the wind's
He's
died
kicking
just
into
a bit.
that wind. No real rush.
Better.
Oh, and a better kick this time.
Got his foot into that, taking it to 32. Sun right there on top. About a 8-yard gain on the, or 8-yard run back, Al. That's about all.
Mark Lear doing those punt return duties for the Saskatoon Hilltops. And he was hit by a wave of Okanagan Sun tacklers down there, Dan.
Oh, we're really feeling the wind up here. It was just gorgeous just before the start of the game. We were down on the field with our intro there. It was about 13 degrees and fairly calm. And unfortunately now it's a little cooler and the wind started to pick it up.
Raider with a drop play up the middle. Oh my goodness. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, Dan. Absolutely no gain on that play whatsoever.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed, Al, because some of the fans here just might not know how important this is to shut down the Saskatoon
Well, indeed it is.
Hilltops.
That man you saw right there, Shanner, of course, as we told you before, he's gained 500 yards in the last 3 playoff games. And the Sun's starting to shut him down early.
Right, and what'll happen, he'll start getting frustrated, the quarterback will get frustrated, and that can really change the complexion of the game.
Well, we'll see if the Sun can't wear them down. Raider back, he's looking to pass. Oh, he takes off up the middle here, no one to pass to, and he's hit first down territory.
Oh, good job, but too, he got hit a couple of times, and he just dove. He knew where that first down marker was, and he dove in for a first down. He had no one to pass to, Al, and he was kind of lucky in getting out of the pocket.
Indeed,
there.
his receivers were well covered, and he elected to run out of that pocket in the way he
Glenn
went.
Nagy, number 34, walking off that injury he had. I'm sure we'll see him back in there on the next set of plays. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and it's 1st and 10 for the Saskatoon Hilltops from the 55-yard line.
Battle of the Wild West, the Western final champions, and they're battling for the Gillespie Trophy. Raider still in there as quarterback. There's a handoff up the middle, and very little room up in there as the Okanagan Sun closes in pretty quickly.
Again, Morley Shanner, but he only gets 3 yards on the play.
Well, someone left the gate open and the chickens got out.
Yeah, we've got mascots all over the place today. I don't see the hound that was here last week.
The Sun Dog or the...
the real one.
Oh, the real one.
Sun Dog's here somewhere.
Here we go, 2nd and 7. Raider over that ball. Fakes a handoff. He's being chased back and a quarterback sack.
There it is, folks.
There you have it. Peter White broke through on the quarterback, and down he went for a big loss.
I'll tell you, those sacks always get the crowd going, and they get the team pumped up, too, when they get a hold of that quarterback and haul him to the turf.
Well, those are the kind of plays, Dan, of course, we expect to see from the Okanagan Sun. That brings on a 3rd and 14 situation.
Now we're seeing the Sun driving the Hilltops back towards their end of the field on this set of downs. We're inside the 2-minute mark in the first quarter, and this could give the Sun a bit of a lift.
Oh, and a high snap. Raider hits it from about the 40-yard line. Gets away, an excellent kick. Taken by McLennan. He backs up another 5 yards, turns it back upfield. He's still on his feet.
That was actually Muirhead
I'm sorry,
that got that.
I'm so accustomed to seeing McLennan in there, Dan, I just automatically
Okay, now they got fooled a bit by the wind. He had a nice spiral kick out of that, Al. The wind carried it. Muirhead had to run back, and he actually took the ball at about the 5-yard line. He was expecting to take it about the 20-yard line.
Well, as it was, Raider hit that one from about his own 40-yard line, but he got an excellent punt away, and of course the wind took it, and it was gone. So the wind is playing, it's an extremely big factor here in the first quarter.
Well, it is, and you know, the way the toss went and the call, it could work into the Suns' favor. They're going to have the wind in the second quarter leading into the half, and then they're also going to have it for the
Tom
fourth
Wixon
quarter.
up that left-hand side, and he's finally pushed out of bounds there at about the probably 25-yard line.
Well, he makes about 5 yards, 6 yards on the play. They give him 5, so it's 2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
Second and a long 4 there.
Now we see Muirhead came out on that play, and he's back in now. Taking a play in, I imagine. He's usually the designated play runner from the bench.
Well, Shane Bresnan still in there as quarterback, calling these signals.
Well, keep an eye on Muirhead this time, because a lot of times the pass goes to him when he comes in with that play.
Bresnan back to pass.
Up through the middle.
Excellent job there to Jeff Hodgson.
Oh, that was beautiful.
And I believe he's got enough for a first down, Dan.
Yeah, you bet he has. They gained about 10 yards on that. They only needed 4.
Just an excellent little look-in pass right across the middle to Jeff Hodgson.
Yeah, the nice thing I like to see about that, too, second down, short yardage, they went to the pass, and I think maybe they threw the defense off a little bit. They probably expecting a run on that.
Showing a fair amount of confidence in there.
You bet it is. So it's good to see Bresnan in form, mixing up the plays.
17 seconds left showing on the clock. This should be the last play of the first quarter. Bresnan calling the signals. There's a draw to Nagy up through the middle, and he's breaking it loose.
Nice run by Nagy.
No, it wasn't. I don't believe it was Nagy. I think it was Troy Grado in there,
It was
Dan.
Troy Grado, number 20. He gets another first down. Got a big hole.
Well, we're showing no time left on the clock.
All right, there was no penalty, so we'll wait and see if the referee calls time in the first quarter.
We'll have to see what they call, Dan, but theoretically that should have been the...
Yeah, they're going to let one more play go.
Bresnan in there as quarterback, calling the signals.
They're not fooling us anymore at
There's
the end
the
of
snap.
these quarters.
Another handoff. And absolutely no running room in there at all.
No, he gets a couple of yards on the play. That's
about it. That was Mike Marasco in there, and just no room for Mike.
All right, so we'll be swapping ends of the field. It's 3-0 for the Saskatoon Hilltops in the first quarter. Shaw Cable 11. We'll be right back.
With the second quarter and the Okanagan Sun against the Saskatoon Hilltops. And Bresnan back to pass. He slipped a bit there. Still gets off a good one. Oh, just past the outstretched arms of Corey Lang.
Well, we mentioned and we seen it written in the papers all during the week about that long pass to Corey Lang. We know we're going to see that pass during the game, and that one's just unfortunate that it didn't click.
Well, of course, we saw a big one there last week, Dan, where Corey Lang ran that post pattern into the end zone, and Bresnan connected with him.
Yeah, again, I think the wind played a part there. That was the first play for the Sun with the wind at their backs, and Bresnan's going to have to make the adjustment.
Of course, the Okanagan Sun with the win.
Holmes punting now from his own 35-yard line. Gets away a decent kick. A bounce.
Takes a bounce towards the Saskatoon. That will be taken in there again, I would assume, by Mark Lear.
Number 26, you got it. I don't know whether he was waiting to see if the Sun would come into that 5-down area. He could have had the ball at the 25, and he let it roll all the way to the 15.
Well, he lost a bit on that, Dan, and then, of course, he paid the price, too, because the Sun came in and just flattened him.
You bet. I'd always like to see those guys on the first bounce or whatever, if they misplay it, to take it on the run.
There you see the Gillespie Trophy on your screen. It's been around since 1919, and it's just been refinished. We had a good look at it the other day. Fantastic work of art. Well, the Saskatoon Hilltops, of course, are going to be scrimmaging this ball from deep in their own end, so the tables have turned once the Okanagan Sun got the win.
Oh, you bet. I figured it would really play a part, and it sure has.
They'll be scrimmaging roughly their own 12-yard line.
Handoff.
Handoff up the middle there.
No room
and it's
again.
going nowhere.
I'm impressed, Al. With this front line of the Okanagan Sun. Nagy and the coaching staff have done an excellent job of preparing this team for the running game.
Of course, Darcy Kilba was instrumental in stopping the runner on that play. He just closed the door on Saskatoon immediately.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, and this is from about their own 12-yard line. Make that at the 11. Reader back to pass. He's got a couple of receivers, and he is sacked.
Boy, he's almost dropped for a safety, Al. What a
Darcy
good play.
Kilba through there again, Dan. We just saw Darcy make an excellent play.
Yeah, he had
Here he
help.
is again.
He had some help on that one.
Indeed.
Both guys got through there and sacked the quarterback. We miss mentioning this a lot of times too, you know, just some of these other players on this team. We like to key on Nagy and Marasco and Bresden and Lang, but boy, these defensive players, they got some good ones on this team, and they sure come up big
They sure
right
have,
there.
Dan. Well, that was a good combination Sunday punch there by Darcy Kilba and Peter White. Good team effort. Here's a kick from the end zone. Oh, and a low kick here. There, the Okanagan Sun's going to come up in excellent field position. McLennan takes that ball, and no room there.
I thought maybe there should have been a penalty on that, but of course we've got a judge right there, and he says Saskatoon gave him 5 yards.
Well,
but they're going to have good field position
I
nonetheless.
guess perhaps they see 5 yards a little differently than we do, Dan.
So.
They use a different yardstick.
All right, they're marking the ball at the 35-yard line of the Saskatoon Hilltops. The Okanagan Sun in good field position to start this set of downs. 12:52 remaining in the half. 3-0
well,
Saskatoon
the
Hilltops.
Okanagan Sun gained on that exchange. Bresden back here looking out on the side. Oh, and there's a little pick play, and look out! Wixon's got all the way for a touchdown!
What a beautiful play!
Well, you can hear this crowd come to life now. There's a little pick play for you.
Oh, this is fantastic. Here we are.
Boy, Dan, I don't think we need talk here for a minute.
I'll tell you, the crowd's into this. Here we're talking before the game about how we're going to see Bresden pitch out to Nagy and watch Nagy take the pass. And what does he do? He does it to Corey Lang. We haven't seen that play this year, Al, and it works the first time.
Boy, Lang down to Wixon, and I'll tell you, there's an option play for you. How's that for turning things around?
We just heard the coaching staff yelling. It wasn't pretty, but it got a touchdown.
It wasn't pretty, but it worked.
What counts, folks, is the points on the board.
There it's up and it's good. So at 12 to 12:35 mark of the second quarter, a little option play in there, and the score is 7-3. The Okanagan Sun over the Saskatoon Hilltops.
Yeah, and that's just proof of the depth of this football team. I'll tell you, the coaching staff has faith in every one of the players that's out there. Not often you'll see a coaching staff run a play like that for fear it's going to backfire, but boy, the Sun does it here, and they come up big with it. And the game's underway, folks. The real game here now. We saw the team settle down, and now we're seeing the points put on the board.
Well, I'll tell you, Dan, this is excellent football. This is exciting football. I can't tell you how much I enjoy being here and broadcasting.
Well, they've got me up for this game, that's for sure. I've been anticipating this all week. Of course, we have butterflies. We hope our team's going to come through. Hope they're going to play well. And I'll tell you, they're prepared for this game.
Well, there's a shot of the cheerleaders trying to keep the crowds going, keep them warmed up. So things are starting to open up. We said they would be rather quiet in the first quarter. They were, but look out now.
Rick Holmes.
Here's the kick
off, and it's a beauty.
Oh, all the way through the end zone.
Oh, good
Taken
job.
there. Back up to the 10, the 15, the 20, 25. Right up to the 35-yard line. We have a flag in the backfield.
I think that's
Dan, I would assume it will be called back, likely on a clipping call.
Mark Lear did a good job of picking that ball up, Al. It could have bounced into the end zone. It could have been dangerous. He took it over his shoulder right almost at the goal line and managed to run it back.
Well, he did an excellent job there and just an excellent run back. Unfortunately, it all goes for naught as there was a flag in the backfield.
Okay, I haven't seen the official call yet.
The Hilltops were called for clipping, Dan. There it is. Hilltops for clipping, so that negates that excellent run back in there. Reader down there calling those signals. There's a handoff up this left-hand side. He's still on his feet.
Well,
again, that's Morley Shanner, and look out, this guy is dangerous.
Starting to establish a little bit of a running game here now. That official call, Al, I had to look that one up because I hadn't seen it before. It was blocking below the waist is the official call on that last penalty.
First and 10 for the Saskatoon Hilltops. Rader in there as quarterback. Little swing pass out to the side, and he has absolutely nowhere to go on that one. Darren Hockman just tried to turn it upfield, and he was buried immediately.
Oh, Hockman had 2 men on him right off the bat. Number 13 and number 41 did a good job there hauling him down. He gets about 2 yards on the play.
Well, of course, that was Peter White in there again, and boy, he's been instrumental so far in helping shut down that run.
Oh, for sure. He's going to be credited here with a few assists and some tackles of his own.
Raider, a draw play up the middle again, and not much running room again. They'll be kicking this one away.
Well, we'll see how the quarterback does in the punting into the wind situation.
Well, Raider just handed off to Shanner there, and of course, no running room again. The Sun defense is coming up big and starting to shut them down.
All right, we've
good shot there of Darren Jones, number 22.
For sure, we've mentioned in the past about how the Sun's a second-half football team, so we're in good shape.
There's the kick from the 25. He got it up high, and that wind grabbed it again. Don't see any flags on the play.
At the 45-yard line.
Oh, he's still on his feet, Dan.
Yeah, he gets
right up to about the 55.
56, I said. I meant the 54. There is no 56-yard line on this field.
We'll install one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So the Okanagan Sun with good field position again. They'll scrimmage that football at the 55-yard line. First and 10 from that point. So the Sun gains on this exchange again. Dan, we have another mascot down there. My goodness, we have all kinds today.
Yeah, they're all over. I think Saskatoon brought one or two.
Lined down. Oh, Bresden taking off with that ball himself, and I don't know what happened there, Dan. A little bit of a mix-up in the plays or what, but...
Well, he faked one handoff. I think he was going for the handoff to Nagy that time, but he ended up hanging onto the ball, and he loses a yard on the play.
Second and 11 from the 55-yard line, the Okanagan Sun. Still pretty good field position.
Number 77, Jerry Dirksen coming out of
the wind is definitely playing a factor here today.
Yeah, it sure is.
There's Bresden, starts his count. There's the snap, he's back, he's looking to pass, looking downfield.
All kinds of time.
Oh, excellent pass to Corey Lang. He steps out of bounds down about the 35-yard line.
Beautiful reception, Al.
Absolutely.
Bresden
and his favorite receiver, Corey Lang.
All kinds of time.
What a combination.
Yeah. The front line did an excellent job that time. No rush at all. Lang made sure of that one. Takes it out of the bounds and stops the clock, so the Okanagan Sun is on the move again.
Here we are, the Okanagan Sun, first and 10 from the 35 of Saskatoon. Bresden down there starts his count. There's the snap. Fake handoff up the middle, in there to Corey Lang again. He's headed for the end zone. Oh, he's awful close in there, about the 5-yard line, I believe. So look out, the Okanagan Sun's knocking again.
What a call. They're pumped up. Corey Lang signaling to the crowd after that one, too. Bresden goes to him twice in a row. That's unusual. We don't see that very often. But just a beautiful, quick pass in through the middle to Corey Lang.
And so the Okanagan Sun knocking again, folks. It'll be first and 10 to go from about the 7-yard line, so it's first and goal.
Boy, is this going to pick the team up, Al, if they put some more points on the board.
Boy, indeed it will, Dan. Bresden in there as quarterback, starts his count. There's the snap. Looking into the end zone again to Rod Muirhead. Oh, and just knocked away.
Knocked away by number 35 of the
That was Chris Hall, Dan.
Yeah. Bresden didn't really even drop back out of the pocket for that. He was looking for the quick pass, Al, but he's seen that Muirhead wasn't over there yet. So
that was actually a little bit dangerous there, Dan, because he lobbed that one up high, and Rod Muirhead was looking back over his shoulder. Yeah, that very well could have been intercepted.
Play,
so
unfortunately.
Fortunately, it was just knocked away.
Second and goal.
Second and goal to go into the end zone again.
Corey Lang.
There you have it, Corey Lang again.
Listen to that crowd. Boy, are they clicking today. Corey Lang and Shane Bresden. There's your #1 receiver right there, Corey Lang. And he makes no mistakes. Took that pass just right in over about 1 yard into the end zone and stays on his feet for the major. 13-3. as we get set for the extra point here with 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nagy holding. Bad snap. Nagy elects to pick it up and hang on to it, gets a pass away. And
oh, it is being intercepted. Oh, and he dropped it, Dan. So I don't know what they're going to call this one, but it was intercepted and then dropped.
So they don't get the extra point. That's the first one that we've seen missed other than an optional play.
Indeed it is. That's the first time this year. It
was a bad snap. Nagy was unable to hang on to it and get it down, so he elected to pick it up and go for the pass. He did get it away.
He did a good job of getting it away there. It was picked off, and unfortunately it was dropped. It was fumbled in there. The Battle of the Wild West, the Okanagan Sun versus the Saskatoon Hilltops.
And we see that
and are we seeing an excellent football game?
Oh, we sure are. This is what we expected, a hard-fought game. Saskatoon on the ground, and the Okanagan Sun mixing it up. They'll be kicking off from their own 45-yard line, and we saw an excellent boot last time by Holmes into the wind.
There's a shot of Sundog. He's inciting the crowd to riot here.
Not into the wind, I meant with the wind.
You can hear the crowd behind us, folks. They get cranked up on these kickoffs, and they help the team out. I think it gives an extra 5 or 10 yards to that ball, Dan.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
The kick's away, and it's a good one.
That was a nice punt.
Goes out of bounds down about the 7-yard line.
That was beautiful, Al. That's exactly what he wanted to do. You could see by the way he kicked it, kicking it towards the sidelines, unfortunately.
Well, it'll come back another 5 yards. So he'll hit it from about the 40-yard line rather than the 45, and they'll do that kick over. They have to keep this ball on the field and keep it in play.
Yeah, unfortunately, that one bounced out. He wanted it down there in the corner.
Well, an excellent boot, Dan. It would have been right down on the 7-yard line had it stayed in bounds, and one of the players touched it, but no one touched it before it went out. Here we go.
All right, he puts a little extra into that one, down to the 10-yard line.
And another excellent kick.
Number 26 on the run back.
Mark Lear, and look out, he's on the way. Well, just an excellent run back there by Mark Lear, right back up to about midfield.
Yeah, he got an excellent head of steam behind him there.
We'll see where they place that football. I would assume it's going to be around the 40-yard line of Saskatoon. 46-yard line they place it.
Okay, 1st and 10 with 8:38 to go till halftime.
Hilltop scrimmage there. Reeder still in as quarterback. Here's Shane Reeder starting his count. There's the snap. He's looking to pass right over the middle.
Goes to number 71 right through the middle.
Ken Reed took that one, was dumped immediately, but a good little look-in pass.
Yeah, and enough for a first down, Al.
So Saskatoon comes back and starts to move the football.
Both teams now in the second quarter converting those first down situations.
First and 10, Reeder hands off this time on the left-hand side there.
About 7 yards on the play.
And
so
of course,
another good carry. They're starting to move the ball.
Well, his favorite running back again, Morley Shanner. And look out, this man is dangerous. He can pile up the yards.
We know he can get well over 200 yards in a game, and that's a lot of offense, let alone from one guy.
Boy, isn't that the truth? Temperature's dropping a little bit here.
Well, the sun's gone
Reeder
down.
takes a snap, another draw play.
They are close to the first down on this one.
We'll have to see where they mark that football, but it looks like he has it, Dan. I think he has.
It's going to be close. They're calling for a measurement. I figured it was that close. I don't think they've got it myself, Al. I think they're about a few inches short.
It'll be awfully close, Dan. Yeah, it looks like where that ball's sitting. It could be just a little bit short.
We've got a mobile or a handheld camera down there on the sidelines, but he's probably unable to get in there.
It's about half a yard short, Dan.
All right, so
there you see it.
Good job by the Sun to force that third down situation. We'll see. Neither team has elected to go for the third down yet, and I think it's a bit early in the game to try that. So we'll likely be seeing a punting situation.
Well, their unit doesn't come on the field, Dan, so it looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, I guess the confidence that this Saskatoon Hilltop team has on the ground, they feel confident that they can get a half a yard.
Well, they've got a pretty heavy front line there. Here we go, and oh, just a dive in there on the left-hand side. Definitely lots for the first down.
Well, a good attempt there by the Sun to shut that down.
So the Hilltops pick up another first down, keeping their drive alive.
All right, they're in...
They'll be scrimmaging 1st and 10 from about the 37-yard line, 36-yard line, call it, right, of the Okanagan Sun.
They're well into Sun territory with 7 minutes remaining in the half.
They've elected to run this ball, keep it on the ground. Of course, they're going against the wind. There's a fake handoff.
That was a draw play up the middle.
He faked a handoff to this right-hand side, and of course didn't work.
We'll make mention here that the sun has gone behind the clouds and they've actually turned the stadium lights on now, just to ensure that there's no shadows on the field.
Well, they give him 5 yards on that one, Dan, so we're going to see a 2nd and 5 situation.
Almost exclusively on the ground by the Saskatoon Hilltops. Of course, we expected that.
There's Ryder calling his signals. He's back looking to pass on this near side. Oh, and absolutely no room there whatsoever.
Nice tackle.
Mark Olson took that ball, and boy, he was bent right over backwards.
Number 13, Paul St. Pierre, defensive back, doing a good job of nailing him in the numbers on that one.
I think we'll see the field goal team come in now, Dan.
I think so. Successful on their first attempt. They're going to try it again into the wind.
Well, they'll be kicking into the wind this time, and
it'll be...
he'll connect with that football right about the
40-yard
line. So
this isn't easy by any means.
Not kicking into that wind. Oh! It's good. It just dropped over that drawbar, Dan.
So that's a good job there by number 7.
So Saskatoon picks up another 3 points.
Now, who's doing the kicking duties there? The field goal. We've got number 7 crossed off on our list. So it's Brent Schneider wearing sweater number 7. He's a running back on my list, but...
yeah, they've changed that over. Dan, they made a couple of change-ups on that team.
Anyway, whatever. It's another 3 points on the board for Saskatoon. Score stands at 13-6. With 5:35 remaining in the second quarter. Second and 6 situation.
Shane Breslin still in there as quarterback. You can see it on your screen, the Battle of the Wild West. Breslin back, he's looking to pass, looking downfield. Oh, an excellent reception.
Nice call. You know, there was nobody over there, Al. Just a beautiful play and a 15-yard gain. That was number...
Jeff Hodgson.
13.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it couldn't have been 13.
No, it was Jeff Hodgson in there, Dan.
Okay.
Number 17.
Number 17 with the reception.
Just an excellent pick play in there. Little look-in pass over the middle. Hodgson took it, no mistake on it.
We're up near midfield now. The Sun's on the move.
1st and 10. Breslin in there as quarterback, starts his count. There's the snap. Fake handoff. He's looking to pass again. Oh, on this left-hand side, and another excellent play in there to Tom Wixon.
Yeah, beautiful play by Tom Wixon to take that ball kind of over his shoulder and hang on to it, and then gain another few yards after the reception.
That's awfully close to another first down, then.
It's real close from where I see them spotting the ball.
They're called for a measurement in there.
Again, yeah, for a measurement.
We'll have to wait and see, but I think they have it.
We called it right last time, Al. By where it's sitting, it looks to me like a first down.
If it isn't, Dan, it will be awfully close to it.
Well, if it isn't, I'd think that the Sun would be going for it too. Here we see Wixon indicating a first down.
Oh, it's a first down by the length of a football.
Good job by Wixon on that, and it's nice to see him over there looking, Al. He's in this game.
You bet.